Deadpool and Wolverine felt like a perfect response to how MCU fans were whenever Fox got bought out by Disney. Because I remember online, I saw so many people being like, oh, just reboot all of the X-Men and bring back Deadpool and his crew. Just bring them in through, like, the multiverse somehow, but reboot everyone else. I didn't think it was clear how biased MCU fans were until this point. And, obviously, they were kind of, like, biased with the DC movies, but to be fair, they were, they're not, you've seen the movies. I don't have to explain. It's just like crazy because a lot of the Fox X-Men movies are pretty great, and I feel like I still saw a lot of, like, I guess, negative attitude towards them. I saw a lot of people shit on Dark Phoenix and Apocalypse, and yeah, they're definitely messy movies, but I wouldn't say they're as terrible as people made it out to be. Yeah, they're, bad, but they're not, like, horrible. Like, there's definitely worse out there, and there's still moments in those movies that, like, are at least pretty decent, And in this new Deadpool, spoilers, by the way, in case, you haven't watched the movie, Deadpool kind of is offered, like, an MCU contract, basically, They're like, yeah, dude, we're gonna fucking blow up your universe. We're gonna reboot all of it. Welcome to the MCU. Basically, this is what the fans wanted back in the days whenever Fox got bought out. And Deadpool was like, no, fuck you. I'm going to find the Wolverine, save my universe. And, yeah, it shits on Logan a little bit. I can't lie. This, it feels cheap. It feels a little cheap, but at the same time, it didn't feel too bad considering Hugh Jackman was the one that wanted to come back for the role. He's talked about wanting to come back for a Deadpool movie. And you can feel the passion behind the acting and how he is with this character. It felt a little cheap, yeah, but, and it does slightly disrespect Logan's ending, which was a beautiful movie. But at the end of the day, dude, it's a comic book movie. Like, comic book characters never stay dead. And, we're probably... Are we going to see Hugh Jackman come back? Fuck, dude, we might see Hugh Jackman come back as Wolverine. But he's probably going to be, like, a supporting character, probably. This is probably going to be, like, a new take. Because, the Wolverine we knew, the Wolverine we grew up with, is technically dead. This guy's from a different timeline. Which still, also, I just want to say, Deadpool completely breaks the timeline. The X-Men movies are complete nonsense. Kind of like this video. I'm going to be honest, I didn't script any of this. This is just me freeballing. I really hope you guys are still watching. This movie kind of breaks the timeline, and it's stupid because I feel like it could have just been fixed in post. So originally Logan was in its own timeline, completely separate from X-Men and Deadpool universe. People thought Deadpool was in its own universe, but it turns out, no, they're all in the same universe. So Logan is in 2029. All the mutants are dead. Mutant gene is kind of been cured in a way through the food production. So mutants, the population of mutants has completely declined. And the few mutants there are in hiding, and they're being hunted down usually. But in Deadpool, we see Colossus, we see Yukio, we see Negasonic Teenage Warhead, we see the X-Force team, and I guess you could say they're in hiding because, to be fair, you never see them leave the apartment. Even when Deadpool opens the door, he's the only one that leaves the apartment. And he's still in disguise throughout, like, his normal daily life. He makes himself look normal with this stupid fucking wig. So, I guess you could say they're still in hiding. And, I guess I could buy that these mutants would survive whatever happened with Charles Xavier. Because if you guys don't remember in Logan, they bring up how Charles basically killed a lot of the X-Men with a seizure. So I'm sure he killed, like, the main crew. But I guess, a lot of Deadpool's crew was probably too far or maybe they were on a different kind of mission. And this is my headcanon right here. I know this isn't what Marvel said, but I like to think that when Wanda snapped Professor X's neck, he survived, but later on that's what caused his seizures. But technically, like, they say that's a different version of Professor X, like, completely. This is not the X-Men's Professor X. It's a completely different version. But you know what? This is my headcanon. I like to think that that's how it went down. Because you know what? It makes it a little more coherent. And, it makes the world feel bigger. Makes it seem like Wanda exists in the X-Men universe. Which I would love to see them interact one day. I love the X-Men, to be honest. I haven't seen a Marvel movie maybe in like a few years, but I came out to watch this one because I just love the X-Men. I'm a fucking shill. I'm a complete shill for the X-Men. I love the movies, even the bad ones. I love watching them. Except for Origins, that one sucks. But yeah, I mean, I guess the mutants are in hiding. Colossus survived. I can see him surviving the seizure. So I guess he survived. And the few that remain are just in Deadpool's apartment. But the thing is, like, Logan's already dead. The TVA, whenever they offered Deadpool his contract, they're like, oh yeah, Logan's dead, so we're gonna kill your universe. I mean, maybe the TVA only views every event happening all at once, but then that means there's 2 Wolverines running around during 2024 to 2029. Which I think is stupid. So, you know what, dude? I'm just going to say it's a typo. I think Deadpool 3 just takes place in like 2030 or so. Because they really could have just fixed it in post. This is like such an easy fix. I can't believe Marvel let this just fucking slide and go to theaters. It says 6 years later after 2018, which implies it's 2024, but then all the mutants are, basically all the mutants are dead. You don't see any mutants except for Colossus and a couple of them. And then, like, Wolverine's already dead, but it's supposed to be 2024, but Wolverine dies 2029. I don't know, dude. This timeline is complete nonsense. I'm excited to see what they do with the X-Men. I didn't watch Captain Marvel, but I did watch the scene of Beast. I'm glad Beast is back from the original X-Men movies. I'm glad they're bringing back all the old actors. I'm glad. Fuck all the people that said reboot that shit. No, just fucking. I think a soft reboot is all it needed. I mean, to be fair, look, at the end of the day, Dark Phoenix is the last X-Men movie that came out. It took place in the 90s. You could really say a lot happened in the past 30 years or so. And, you could just bring in the X-Men before, they all perish because of the events of Logan. Bring in all the X-Men and, just have them fight, one last time, alongside the Avengers, Give the fans what they want, That's what they want, right? I don't know, dude. I hope Patrick Stewart makes it so he can still play the role that he's born to play. Besides Spock, of course, Spock. If not, James McAvoy would be great still. Michael Fassbender would be great as Magneto. Just dye his hair gray. I don't know why they didn't do that in Dark Phoenix or Apocalypse. I mean, come on, guys. They didn't even try to make them look older. At least, with James McAvoy they did. Because, Patrick Stewart doesn't really age. He's just bald. But, like, they didn't even try with Magneto. I don't know. These movies are not perfect. Once again, these movies are not perfect. All right, but yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you guys again in 8 months.